Hi folks, welcome to another Ni no Kuni II episode, and today the latest patch 2.00 has just been released for both the PS4 and Steam versions of the game, and the main point of this update is to bring the new Adventure Pack DLC into the game. Now this is a free piece of DLC, so whether or not you've purchased the Season Pass, you will be able to gain access to this, and it's going to mainly include 10 extra floors on the final dungeon, amongst other things as well. The final endgame optional dungeon, that is Faraway Forest. So, a couple of things to note. First of all, if you're playing on the Steam version, this should download an update for you automatically. However, for those of you like me playing on PS4, you need to be a little bit careful here, otherwise you're going to screw up just as I did. Now the patch is going to download, as you'd expect, pretty much when you go to start the game, automatically. But for some reason, the Adventure Pack DLC is not included automatically by default with that update. You're going to have to download it manually. Now, I didn't actually realise this at first for some stupid reason. I went through the final dungeon, all 30 floors of it, and couldn't actually access the next 10 floors after that, so I wasted my time. So instead, what you need to do is go to the PlayStation Store option here. Now, for some reason, I'm not able to get this to work. I'm not sure whether this is just for me or whether it's for you guys, because once I realised you need to download the Adventure Pack separately to the patch, I came with this message here and assumed it hadn't actually been released for whatever reason, and so waited several hours. But since it was still happening, I decided to take matters into my own hands. So if you're getting that error message, the Adventure Pack has been released. Instead, you need to head over to the PlayStation Store. So hopefully this will be fixed in due course. But for now, head over to the PlayStation Store and start typing in Ni no Kuni. And pretty much just type Ni in. Like that. And this first option here, if we select that, Ni no Kuni II, you can see that this is the Adventure Pack DLC. And we can download it manually from here. There's no cost to it, as I mentioned. We can just go ahead and select it. That's the text if you want to just read about that. The two new bosses that I mentioned there, I believe, are the two new bosses that are included in those 10 floors of the dungeon. So I'll just go ahead and install this. And just before we head back into the game, it is worth noting there are two new achievements, or two new trophies rather, that are part of the DLC. Now, for some reason, I'm not sure why this is, before I downloaded the DLC, the new trophies were already available, but they were included in the Ni no Kuni II Revenant Kingdom section. Now that I've gone ahead and downloaded the Adventure Pack, they do have their own trophy section, so a little bit of a strange thing that happened there, not sure what that was about. Anyway, you can't see what they are, but the first trophy, I've already checked this out, is to kill one of the bosses, the new bosses that are available, and the second trophy, I believe, is to clear all 10 of the new dungeon floors. So we'll go ahead and start the game here. There's a couple of other things that are perhaps worth pointing out. When you load your game, you're going to be greeted then by the Adventure Pack blurb, text, whatever you want to call it here. So that will just assure you then that the Adventure Pack is actually installed. You won't get this just for downloading the patch. So you can see a little bit of information about this as well. Now it's worth noting that the new DLC, or the main draw of the new DLC, the last 10 floors that have just been included as part of Faraway Forest, are not available to play in normal mode. And that's quite significant because, from what I've seen, these new 10 floors are substantially more difficult than the previous 30 floors. Okay? And as you can see, you don't want to spend your orbs. I actually didn't know this, so I've just noticed this. As you go through the dungeon, do not use your orbs at all. And it looks like you might get a super reward at the end. So, yeah, that's interesting. And also, there's some new quests as well. Maybe we can take a look at these. So we'll be going over to the library in Goldpaw and seeing Old Bodley in order to sort those out. And I'm actually at the Faraway Forest dungeon thingy here, but I'm not going to go in. But yeah, pretty much the same for the first 30 floors, and then the DLC kicks in after that. One other thing I would like to show you as well, I haven't looked into it properly myself, so I'm not sure exactly what these are about. But if we head over to the kingdom here, I'm pretty sure that I completed all of my research before the patch came out, and that I'd 100%ed the kingdom. But as you can see, the adventure pack actually brings more research for you to do at the Explorers Guild. And, okay, it's not actually going to be that much of use to me because I've already collected all the Higgledy stones. But there's also some other research as well. Ooh. Now that's a nice one. Look at that. You can actually pick which floor of Faraway Forest you start on. Now, I'm actually interested in knowing how that's going to affect the final chest that you don't spend your orbs with beforehand. Will you have to go through all 30 floors to do that, do you think? Take any ancient autumnium coins you find in Neo, in Evermore, and he'll swap them for shiny new King's Guilders. Okay. Interesting. So, quite a few new things there in terms of the kingdom, isn't there? If we just go ahead and open the kingdom window here. Go down to research. Okay, so here we go. We've got the Faraway Forest Maze Floor Picker. We need 2 people with Expert's Instincts. Why have I not got that? I think I just need to stick them in the building. Danger Setter, okay. Higgledy Stone Hunter, and then whatever this is. So this one, pick a 1, allows the starting floor to be chosen. And this one does something else, but I'm not sure what yet exactly. So we need to go ahead and learn these other ones. Okay, so I've gone ahead and completed those 2 first Faraway Forest researches. So let's just head down now and see if we can access one of the others. And we can't from here. So let's just go ahead and access the normal research tab. Okay, so for some reason I still can't access this final one here, but there's a couple of conditions that we're not yet meeting. So I'm guessing we're going to have to go ahead and complete the Faraway Forest with the new floors before we can access this one. So I've got the floor picker, maybe we can go and check that out. And just a heads up guys, this Higgledy Stone Hunter is very cheap to do, so you can do this, I'm pretty sure, right at the start once you've got your kingdom established in Chapter 4, is it? Or Chapter 5? I can't remember. It's a while ago since I did that. But yeah, as you can see, only requires 120 IQ with no other conditions, so we'll go ahead and get that done for the sake of completion, even though I don't actually need it. And I'll see you at the entrance of the dungeon. So I have gone ahead and reached the Dreamer's Door. Remember, you'll need to put it onto hard mode in order to go ahead and access the next 10 floors once you've completed the first 30. So we'll see what happens now that I've gone ahead and completed that research as well. If we head over here, we'll go to yes. Okay. And now we can select either floor 1, floor 11 or floor 21, which is really helpful, especially since even if you're just going for the, you know, the first 30 floors, the best items that you can farm for really only appear often on floor 21 onwards. So it's a really good little change. The only downside is you'll be starting with a low danger gorge, but with that other research, we can set that straight to level 5. And look at that, we're on hard mode. And we're on danger level 5, and we're on floor 21, all at the click of a button. Now, one thing that I am interested in is just finding out how we can access this special treasure that's on the screen here, in order to, while also skipping these first floors. It doesn't actually say we can't do that, does it? If you hoard all the orbs you find in order to open the chest. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. So it doesn't actually say that we can't start at a higher floor. So maybe we can and still get that awesome chest at the end. Alright then folks, well I don't want to actually go through this now. So I'm going to do some other videos on the next 10 floors of this dungeon. And also some of the new quests that are going to be available as part of the DLC in Goldport as well. So thanks for stopping by today folks. Let me know what you think of this DLC. Remember, it's completely free. So if you've got the game, you can download this. You haven't got to pay anything for it. And you can have some extra fun once you've completed the story with this, I should think. But that's it for me for today, guys. So thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.